you ever wonder about a salamander larva and what are they doing in there? Watch them as they grow, as the legs start to show, even when the water ain't too clear. Salamander Chronicles. Salamander Chronicles. Salamander Chronicles.
All right, this is the day 32 update. Today, what we're gonna do is we're gonna try and do a full water swap. So I've done partial water swaps, and what I've done or hope to accomplish in doing that is add a bunch of little microorganisms, just tiny little critters that'll swim around and give these guys a chance to eat them. I think we're a month in, and they've been active. They've consistently, I think, eaten what I've put in there because they've been really active for the days afterwards, and I've done it a few times. But I think it's time just to swap everything out. So give them completely brand new water and mud. I'll keep the plants. There's no reason to swap those out. But water and mud are a big one. So what I've got going on is I have this water that I scooped from the same place as the water that's already in it. And I don't know how well we're going to be able to see what's going on in here, but you can already see a bunch of stuff around the top. All sorts of little things. You can see some little snails on the side. One thing I don't think you'll be able to see is there is a bunch of really tiny worm-like things swimming around in here. So I was able to see them best when I went like this, but I don't think that's going to necessarily help. They're really fine. At first I wasn't sure if it was just like some sort of fragmented weed, but anyway, they're going to love it all. They're going to eat it all. What I'm going to do though first is I'm going to remove the salamanders just by scooping them out gently, probably with a cup. Probably just use a small cup and create a vacuum by putting in the lip first, then lowering the back. It'll just kind of suck them in, and I'll keep them off to the side. Then I'm going to pour all of this water into here after I take everything out, including the water and the weeds. I'm going to let it sit and it settles just so that I can make sure there's no big like dragonfly larva in here. I've watched this for about 12 hours. I haven't seen anything, so I'm not really that worried, but it would really stink to accidentally put in some sort of predatory bug larva, or who knows what else could be lurking in there, and then just come in back one day and find my salamander larva gone. So I'm going to do that. Maybe I'll film parts of it, and then we'll see the final product. All right, so emptied everything out, but not before putting these guys, and they're separate. Man, the glare is killer, huh? In this separate thing just to hang out for a little bit. They keep bumping each other, but they're not fighting, so that's good. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to pour this in here, let it settle, just make sure it looks good enough, and I'll drop these guys in. So I'm going to do that right now. All right, I just dumped the water in, and we're going to wait for it to settle and just make sure there's nothing too big living in there. All right, water is all settled. I go on the side here. I don't see anybody too big swimming around. I tap the sides. Nobody big jumps up. All right. I think I'm gonna put in the salamander larvae now. All right, you got 1, 2, 3, 4. There we go. They're all 4 right there. So I'm just gonna do this nice and gentle. They're all in. What's the difference? A couple last drips of water. And I'm not going to put in the weeds yet because I actually want to watch them and see if they start going to town on everything that's in there, because unfortunately I couldn't catch it on the camera, but it was very obvious that there were tons and tons of small little water critters microorganisms, etc. living in that water. So yeah, I'm just gonna watch for a little bit. All right, and it's about an hour and a half later, maybe 2 hours later on day 32, and they are happily prowling around looking for food. I just watched them for a couple minutes before taking this video, and they're like slowly walking around, and all of a sudden there'll be a gulp, and they'll be spitting out a little bit of mud. Their mouths will be opening and closing, so they'll be processing that food. So very cool. I bet tomorrow, day 33, when I check on these guys, I bet their stomachs look very full. So I'm gonna make sure I pay specific attention to their stomachs when I check on them tomorrow. But for today, that's all.